Hello, you're tuned into the Black Nation of Israel. The Black Nation of Israel. In this video, I will be discussing the Willie Lynch letter and going over some scriptures and statements from Judge Joe Brown. And I will be going over the scriptures and talking about how the scriptures relates to all of this. While I'm reading the Willie Lynch letter, I will be saying the N word instead of the whole word, because we got to watch what words that we say on YouTube now. So the N word, I'm gonna say the N word when it comes to the female or the male. The N word. Most people think that the Willie Lynch letter is a hoax or a myth, but I see it played out in the workplace. It's played out in many areas of our lives, mostly in the workplace, because you have the, when it says the black woman is out front and the black man is behind and scared in the Willie Lynch letter, that is truly happening in the workplace. White people, white society intentionally pay black women more money than black men. You see? That's straight out of the Willie Lynch letter. Also, when a black man is being shot down in the street unarmed, they found out later he has no gun. He's being lynched. And during the hangings on the trees, this produced a negative effect to the African American female. You see, black men being slaughtered in the street by cops, and it's on national television. They show this on TV, and they glamorizing it, and they want the African or Negro female to see it, so it'll project an image in her head to make her think that the black man is weak, you see. But really, those cops are cowards shooting unarmed men down. Those cops are cowards. Okay, let's read this Willie Lynch letter. And then later on, I'm gonna go into the scriptures. I'm gonna talk about what Judge Joe Brown talked about. Also, let's get in this. It says, one part is that it says you must keep your thoughts on the black female and the offspring and her offspring. This is why they pay so much attention on the black female, the African American Negro female. This explains why they pay extra attention to the African American Negro, because they got a plan and a strategy. See, they don't do this to Latino women. Pay extra attention. They do not pay extra attention to Latino women or Asian women. Chinese women, they do not pay extra attention. It's only the Negro African American female. Okay, let's go on. It say we reverse nature by burning and pulling a civilized inward apart and bullwhipping the other to the point of death, all in her presence. You see that? To project an image in her head, to project that her black man is weak. You see that? And this is what happened in the Harriet Tubman movie. You see the Willie Lynch effect played out in the Harriet Tubman movie. Well, actually, pardon me. Not the Willie Lynch, when they wanted to put Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill. That's what I meant to say. When they wanted to put the Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill, that was the Willie Lynch strategy that was played out right there. When they announced it, that's Willie Lynch. They following the Willie Lynch letter because the black woman is out front when they put that like that. If Harriet Tubman is on the $20 bill, that means the black woman is out front. Even Harriet Tubman, if she was alive today, she wouldn't be wanting to be on the $20 bill. This is straight out of the Willie Lynch letter. That's why I say the Willie Lynch letter is played out today. You see. All in her presence. By her being left alone, unprotected, with the male image destroyed. You see that? The ordeal caused her to move from her psychologically dependent, frozen state to a frozen, independent state. Now stop right there. It says, caused her to move from her psychologically dependent, frozen state to a frozen, independent state. This is why the black woman think that she's better off without a man. It started with them, with the white society, with the white slave traders. You see, they put this in her head. This started during slavery. This is the black woman is the independent black woman mentality that they have is the result of slavery. No other woman thinks like this. The Latino women do not think like this. Now you have some independent women in other races, but it doesn't match the description of the African American Negro female. You see. And this is where this came from. Okay, moving on. In this frozen psychological state of independence, she will raise her male and female offspring in reverse roles. See, white people always had reverse roles for our offspring, even way back during slavery. Okay, go on. Moving on. For fear of the young male's life, she will psychologically train him to be mentally weak and dependent and physically strong. topic of this. Because she has become psychologically independent, she would train her female offspring. Because she has become psychologically independent, she would train her female offspring to be psychologically independent. You see that? This is why we see black women, especially in the projects, raising their daughters to be independent, thinking that they don't need a man and they hate black men. See, this started way back in slavery. We still suffering the side effects, the negative side effects of slavery. This is why we see black children arguing with each other as they go into school and from school. This is why black women are raising their daughters to hate black men. You see, in the hood. This is going on in the hood. This all started from white society. And black women, you can't blame black men for the problems that we have. This goes way back during slavery time. See. Because she has become psychologically independent, she would train her female offspring to be psychologically independent. What have you got? You've got the end woman out front. Now pay attention. This is the key part of the video. What have you got? You've got the end woman out front and the end man behind and scared. This is a perfect situation of sound sleep and economics. You see, in other words, they say that they can sleep good knowing that the black woman is elevated in society. She's out front. They don't have nothing to worry about. Long as they have they don't have nothing to worry about long as they have the black man in back. You see? Long as they have the black man in back and the woman and the black woman out front, they still got us. Because she's unprotected. Also, he's in back scared. He has no power. And they want to keep us in this frozen state. They can sleep good. And this is good for their economic system. Now she's building up. They saying that they don't need the black man no more. They need the woman, the black woman, to build up their economic system. You see? And in her mind, she's independent. She don't need a man. That's the worst type of slavery it is. When the man is not around the female and the woman is out front. And this is what we seen with Harriet Tubman when they wanted to put her on the $20 bill. Now, talking about Judge Joe Brown, when he made the statement that the ethics, that a black woman should not be out front, I believe him. That's totally true what he said. A man defines the race, not the woman. He knows about the Willie Lynch letter. It's the black man who defines the race. Not the woman. The black man defines the race. And that's what he said. And it's an insult to the black man. It is an insult to the black man when a black female is out front, exercising her power and authority. They do this in the workplace too. I seen it. Yeah. Judge Joe Brown was right. Now Umar Johnson, he must have forgot about the Willie Lynch letter or something. You know? How smart he is and intelligent he is. I don't see how he can say that the black, I don't see how he don't have no problem with saying that the black woman is out front. I mean, he's okay with the black woman out front on a $20 bill. This straight out of the Willie Lynch letter. Okay, let's get into these scriptures here. 1 Corinthians chapter 16. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. Now here's what the scriptures has to say about it. And it goes directly in contrarious. I mean, it's contrary against the Willie Lynch letter. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ. In Hebrew, his name is Yahushua. And the head of the woman is the man. You see that? And the head of the woman is the man. The man is the head of the woman. The scripture puts the man out front, and the woman stays behind the man. This is straight in opposition of the Willie Lynch letter. And the head of Christ, Yahushua, is Elohim, the Father, Yahuwah. He said, but I would have you know, we should know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man. We should know. He said he wants us to know. This is really important here. That the head of the woman is the man. The New Testament is in opposition of the Willie Lynch letter. Numbers chapter 1 verse 45 in the Old Testament. So were all these that were numbered of the children of Israel by the house of their fathers from 20 years old and upward. All that were able to go to war in Israel. The men, 20 years old and upward. It didn't say nothing about no female going to war. And you know this society is out of order. The white man got this society out of order because you have women police officers. Women police officers. It shouldn't be no women police officers. It wasn't like that in ancient days. It wasn't no women fighting in wars during the ancient times. Even with the Israelites, it wasn't no women going to war. It was the men, 20 years old and upward. There you have it. The Bible is against the Willie Lynch letter. It's against the Willie Lynch letter. And the Bible wins. The scriptures wins. Okay. Okay, this is the end of the video. Peace.